Men who fell out of love. What's your side of the story? My best friend's hand was on my wife's butt while she was bent over to pick something up. My wife quickly pushed his hand away, but there was a smile on her face and I even heard her silently moan and giggle. That's what I saw after our camping trip, when they thought I wasn't looking. It all happened so fast, maybe a second or two, but it felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. The drive home was quiet. The rest of the day I felt like I was just moving on autopilot. I barely slept last night and can hardly focus at work today. My mind keeps racing, questioning every detail. A part of me is wondering if I read the whole situation wrong. But, the look on her face, that smile, it was too friendly, too casual for something that crossed a line like that. I've never been the type to snoop. But right now, I'm sitting here, wondering if I should check her phone. It's password protected, so even if I wanted to, I don't know how I'd do it without her finding out. Update 1. Found her iPad. It didn't have a password, so I got in and it is still connected to her phone. She is definitely cheating. I'm trying to keep it together to make the correct next move without effing this up. What do? Do I confront her when she gets home? Please help. Update 2. I have locked myself up in my home office under the pretense of needing to catch up on work. I kept the iPad with me. She hasn't used it in so long that she won't even know it's missing. I took pictures of all their messages as a safety measure as well. They have been chatting for at least 8 months. She sent him progress pics from her weight loss that were really just nudes, intimacy messages, and making plans to make their relationship official after leaving me and his wife. I can't believe she would do this to me. I am unable to think clearly right now, so I will follow the advice I am offered here. Lawyer, gather evidence. We co-own the apartment we live in, and have joint bank accounts. My parents died in a car crash 2 years ago and left me a large inheritance, which she knows about. She does not have access to the money in that fund. Is there anything I need to do to protect myself there if it comes to that point? We don't have kids yet. I will tell his wife and show her proof as soon as I get myself covered with a lawyer first. Once she's been informed, I will give her time to get her affairs in order and secure a lawyer before I decide what to do next. I am not angry for some reason. More numb maybe. Sick and nauseous when I think of the messages I've read. I will update you after I settle on a lawyer and let you know what my options are. Update 3. I found a hell of a lawyer who managed to draft my divorce papers within days, which were filed this morning. I am in a no-fault Yuri stepdaughter-iction, which means all the evidence of the infidelity that I had gathered can't be used in court. The good news is that my inheritance is safe because I didn't use the money for marital expenses. Our condo was a wedding gift, bought by both our parents. Each side contributed 50% to the down payment, so one of us will have to buy the other out or we both sell it. I called the OBS, other betrayed spouse, on Saturday and asked to meet her for coffee. I showed her their messages on the Telegram app, pictures included, all of it. I reassured her that their affair will likely not last, and she will have no issue finding a good man, while no woman will want him. We chatted some more and I gave her my lawyer's number as she considered her options. We decided that the only revenge we should take is being happy without them. Honestly, I don't think I would have been able to get through that period of my life without her. We became each other's rocks, and shared dozens of late-night phone calls just listening to each other. I encouraged her to use the gym as a coping mechanism too. Because of me, she restarted her weight loss goals, and took her Obvi Elite pills more consistently. Sunday night, my wife returned from her sister's house. After she greeted me with kisses, and told me she missed me, I sat her down and told her we needed to talk. I had the whole conversation recorded without her knowledge, following the lawyer's advice. Here's how it went. I asked her to promise to be honest with me, of course, baby, but she was nervous. Then I asked her a series of questions. Do you love me? Yes. Are you happy with me? Yes. Of course, baby. Have I been a good husband to you? Do I treat you right? Yes and yes. WTH is going on? Please humor me. Okay. Have I ever done anything to hurt you, whether physically or emotionally? No, of course not. What the F? Okay. So, if you're happy with me, then why are you cheating on me? After half an hour of profuse denial, she broke down and admitted to kissing a guy at a bar a few months ago. I don't know why, but at this point I started laughing because the whole thing was just absurd. She not only cheated on me, she had taken every opportunity she could find to cheat on me. She swore up and down that it was the only time she cheated and that it had meant nothing. I just gave her my lawyer's business card and said I filed for divorce and that if she wanted to reach me she should call my lawyer. She cried, begged, apologized, and then when I started packing a suitcase, she shifted to gaslighting me, saying I was throwing away everything we had over a mistake. And the worst part of what she said was I had no one else in the world. Why would I leave the only family I had left? This stung because I told her she was my only remaining family after my parents died and there was no one else I could depend on, only for her to throw those very words back in my face. I left that night to a hotel where I am staying until I find a new apartment. Yesterday, I officially filed for divorce. Edit. I didn't tell her that I knew about the affair after she said she kissed some random guy at the bar. She ended up finding out from her. The OBS confronted him and called her up as well and gave her poop. I don't blame her. He really did her dirty. Her mom is sick and she has been going out of town a lot to be with her, and instead of supporting her, he had been using that time to get with my wife. And apparently he'd come home from spending the night with my wife to initiate intimacy with the OBS and compliment her weight loss from the Obvi Elite pills. She lost like 20 pounds already. I've never seen someone lose so much weight so fast. She said venting out her anger at the gym helped, but even when she ate a tub of ice cream on her cheat days, she didn't gain a single pound. She says that was definitely only possible because of the Obvi pills. I didn't even bring up the affair to my wife. I was blindsided by her telling me she kissed a random guy at a bar. In that moment I think I started realizing how badly she wanted to cheat on me, and it came as a shock. I was too angry to say anything to her without blowing up in her face. So, I just left. It just made more sense to leave than to try and find out why she'd been sleeping with my friend. When I left the house she kept calling me that night and leaving me messages. When the OBS called her the next day and also confronted her husband, she stopped trying to reach me. It's been crickets from her since. And him too. I put 2 and 2 together because, around the time OBS messaged to tell me she confronted him and called her, I stopped getting calls from from my wife. Update 4. Me and the OBS stayed in contact, and our phone calls turned into late night conversations in my living room. It started off as strictly platonic, but after one too many drinks we found ourselves waking up naked under the sheets, side by side. We thought nothing would come of it, but soon we were going to the gym and taking her Obvi Elite pills together, pushing each other to become better. I'm really starting to catch feelings for her, but my ex knows about us, and keeps sending me messages saying that she hopes my new girlfriend can put up with my PP being so small, because I never even broke her hymen, im 8 inches, and hopefully I can make up for it by being a real man this time. Honestly, I want to ignore her because she drove me to brink of mental insanity, but she keeps saying I'm an a-hole and I'm starting to feel like one. So am I the a-hole?